Well, hello and welcome back to the Human Manual. I am your host Angit. How are all of you? So today I found one of the articles which I'm going to discuss with you. I found this article very fascinating and actually very relevant to the recently concluded text 20 of the Bhagavad Gita, of the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The title named is Even a Go-Getter Needs to Know Where to Go and What to Get. Well, I think for the first time I heard this word called go-getter. When I researched what does this exactly mean, it means a go-getter is someone who is very passionate about their life, who are very enthusiastic, very hardworking, and they want to prove something in their life. They want to be successful, so things like that. They are very ambitious. So these kinds of persons or people are known as go-getter. So the title of this article is Even a go-getter needs to know where to go and what to get. So sometimes this happens is that people are very enthusiastic and very hardworking, and they all have these very good qualities for getting success in life. But sometimes they also need a guidance. They also need to know where they are going, where they are heading towards. Sometimes it happens that we are going through our life, and we are not growing through our life, which is very important. Otherwise, it's very simple to leading or living a life like an animal, because animals are also doing the same thing. They are also eating, they are also sleeping, they are also mating, and they are also defending for their lives, which we are also doing. So there must be some difference between both of us. We are human beings, so with such a huge amount of intelligence, we need to do something different. We must use this intelligence to grow in our life, because animals don't have that amount of intelligence. Of course, they have very high amount of consciousness, but they don't get the realizations in life which the human beings can. So it becomes very important in our life to grow, not to just go through our life, but to also grow in our life. We should not just be moving around in our life or without any direction. Otherwise, this human life is of no use. So even a go-getter needs to know where to go and what to get. In this article, or in the text 20 of the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, if you have not watched my previous video, which was on the text 20 of the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, then please go and watch that video. And also, if you are liking this video, then please subscribe to my channel. And we saw that how Arjuna was getting prepared to fight the war, and he was about to speak to Lord Krishna. So what happens is that the problem with the go-getters, or with all of us, is that when we are very ambitious, or we are very hardworking in life, or we want to achieve something, we think that these philosophies like the holy scriptures like Bhagavad Gita and all these philosophies are just useless, or these are just time pass, or these are just waste of time. But you must be very surprised, or you must realize the fact that Arjuna was not an ordinary personality. You all know that how talented, how attractive, how ambitious the personality of Arjuna is in the Bhagavad Gita. in the Mahabharata. He was such a hard-working personality. He had every good quality one can have in one's character. He was one of the greatest devotees of Lord Krishna. And even on having such qualities, he surrendered himself to Lord Krishna to know what should we do with our life, with this precious human life. What should we do with that? When such a great personality surrenders to these holy philosophies, to these holy scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and all the other scriptures of the other religions like Quran, the Bible and all, when such great personalities surrender to these scriptures, there must be something important to it, important to these holy scriptures. When they are surrendering to it, it shows that because they are great personalities, with such they have so much of great intelligence, so they must have seen something important to these holy scriptures, which are very important for human life, to lead the human life. So the moral of the story is, when such great personalities are surrendering to such philosophies, then we persons like us, who are just very normal, we are not so much talented like Arjuna was. So when he is surrendering to such philosophies, then we also should surrender to such philosophies. We should learn from, when we always take lessons from great personalities, great celebrities, or people who are successful in their lives in terms of business, sports, teachings and politics and whatnot. Whoever is ambitious, they always take lessons from these great personalities. They want to know how they got successful. So when during the Mahabharata, or at that time, Arjuna was one of the most successful personalities. So we get to see that how Arjuna got surrendered, how he took shelter of Lord Krishna, how he took shelter of the holy teachings of Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. Then it shows that we also must surrender to such holy scriptures, because these scriptures guide us in our life. And we saw in the Kurukshetra war, he got confused after watching his relatives on the opposite side, on the enemy side of the Kurukshetra war. He was thinking, what am I doing? What am I mean to do? What is truly important for me? Such existential questions impelled him to seek guidance from Krishna. God descended in human form. Krishna responded by speaking the Gita for illuminating his life, illuminating life's path for all of humanity. Through Arjuna, he has given the guidance for all of us to lead our life. Because Arjuna was a pure devotee of the Lord, it was only he could understand what Krishna meant to make him understand. You must know that actually it took just 30 minutes for Arjuna to understand the Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavad is Gita, Gita means it was sang by Lord Krishna. It was not that it was in a written form and all the explanations were given to Lord Krishna, all the purports were available to all the purports were available to Arjuna, and he had ample amount of time to read the Gita. It wasn't like that, but he understood in 30 minutes. Why was that? Why was it like that? Because he was completely surrendered to Lord Krishna. He was a pure devotee of the Lord. That's why Krishna chose Arjuna to make him understand, and through him he wants us to understand the philosophy of life. Why is human life very important? How should we deal with our human life? That's the user manual of the human life. Our human life, a human body is so delicate and it is so complex, so we need to know how to deal with it. And that is why the holy scriptures are so important. So through Arjuna we also got the opportunity to know how to lead our life. The Gita highlights what is really important. We are eternal spiritual beings who have the potential to achieve everlasting fulfillment. We just need to infuse our go-getting with a mood of devotional service towards the all-attractive Supreme whose eternal parts we are. We are all parts and parcel of the Supreme Lord Krishna. And we are all Satchit Ananda. Because we are part and parcel of Krishna, so our nature is also like him. We are also Satchit Ananda. We are the eternal servant of him. So we need to know what is our actual status. Right now we are covered with all the dust which we have accumulated in our entire life, in our entire millions of births and deaths. So we need to clear those dirts which we have accumulated, and we need to get to know our true self, who we actually are, and then we will be able to succeed in our life. That is the real success of human life. If that is not achieved, then unfortunately actually nothing is achieved, because you will not be taking anything from this human life. You will just completely die, and your body is anyways going to get old. You will get the disease and you are going to die. All the things which you have achieved in this life, all the material achievements which you have got, everything will be lost. So what you should inquire about your life, we should inquire about our life, what is really important, what is something which we can take from this life, which cannot be lost, which remains eternal. And that is what Krishna teaches us in Bhagavad Gita. So we just need to infuse this go-getting attitude with a mood of devotional service to take shelter of Lord Krishna towards the Supreme Being, Lord Krishna, whose eternal parts we are. Unfortunately, we busy ourselves in getting without asking what is ultimately worth getting. We are getting many things in our life, but we don't inquire ourselves that is it worth getting, because anyways it is going to get lost in periods of time, because all the material achievements we get, all things are very temporary in nature. Ultimately it is going to get lost from you. Ultimately everything will be snatched from you at the time of death. That is very, very rude, but that is the ultimate reality. We all know this, but we don't have the realization for that. Even though we are seeing every day if a person is dying, we still don't realize this fact that this is also going to happen with us, and everything is gonna snatched from us. So what should we do at this point of hour? What is the most important thing we should do? That is what Lord Krishna teaches us through Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. So dissipating our life in getting temporary things, we end up getting empty-handed. That's how life is. By investing time in studying the Gita, we are guided to go where the getting is lasting. We become enriched both in this life and the next with eternal love for Krishna. So I hope you got my point, what I wanted to share with you, the basic, the fundamental of human life. And that's why I have opened this channel called the Human Manual, so that I can share the beautiful teachings of Lord Krishna, which he shared with Arjuna, and through the disciplic succession we are getting to this jewel which is priceless at this period of time. So if you want to get to know what's the mystery behind the Bhagavad Gita, then please subscribe to my channel and press the like button if you are liking my videos, and press the notification bell if you want to get new updates to my videos. And thank you very much, thank you very much for watching my videos.